Y'all ready gonna do my boy Jordon like this? Hmm? Y'all ready gonna man, like I already said that the hormones in episode 1 are already set to 11, but I feel as though the hormones were dropped to about a 1 because I really wasn't expecting her to do my boy Jordon like this. Like, Jordon has been through so much. In my opinion, Jordon has the best character development in the show. We more or less see Jonathan be the typical normal high schooler, but for Jordon, he's dealing with like anxiety issues and depression issues and suicidal thoughts, and he's on medication and he has panic attacks when like we're first introduced to him. And through season 1, we kind of see him discover that he has abilities, then adjust to the fact that he has abilities, and he has to go through all of the growing pains that Clark had to go through when he first got his abilities, like his ability to expand and compress his lungs to create his freezing breath was literally freezing his lungs, like wild shit that we kind of figured Superman had to deal with when he was a child, but what Jordon had to deal with. And then we saw his mentality go from being very introverted and depressed to a more, I don't know, a more open and happy individual. Like, of course, we did definitely have the freakouts and the random bouts of anger, but that's just teenage hormones and teenage hormones combined with the fact that he essentially had to deal with um the development of his superpowers and the revelation of like his father is Superman and there are all these threats out there and yada yada yada, all this shit is going on. And it's super wild because I was like, here's Sarah, she's super dope. She digs Jordon, Jordon digs her, and like the relationship's like moving forward, and then you drop the axe on me. You did this to my boy. Because now Jordon's out here learning that it ain't all gumdrops and rainbows out here inside of a relationship. People do stupid shit, and when they do stupid shit, you have to come to a decision of whether or not you should forgive them for doing something super stupid and off the cuff, or if you should like not forgive them and let them live with the fact that they made a mistake. Which I kind of feel as though for Sarah, I keep calling her Sarah, and I'm really hoping that that's actually her name, but that is what I'm remembering. But I really feel as though for her, she's now seeing that this was a mistake, and the way in which she's more or less been treating Jordon is typical of most relationships, where a partner will have an issue that they don't want to talk about with their spouse, and instead of talking about it, they would be super standoffish and put up like a giant wall. And I'm appreciative of the fact that he kept trying to reach out, and when she finally revealed essentially how she had kissed someone else at camp, even though it's like super innocuous, just like a kiss, since they're teenagers and they're trying to figure out where exactly they land on the gigantic sexuality spectrum. My man was like, nah, you gotta go home. When he did that, I was like, my boy. Because I really thought they were gonna be like let's make his character instantaneously forgive her. No. Like, his character has spent the better part of season 1, and it looks like this season, growing stronger. Like they said when he was in the Fortress of Solitude, Jordon is he's developing, and his abilities and powers are also growing. So eventually he will end up being just as strong as his dad, as Superman. That's great. Mentality wise, we've seen him grow from season 1 all the way into season 2, where he's no longer scared and depressed. He no longer has like random bouts of anger. Like, you see him be far more heroic and willing to step forward and deal with a situation than he was willing to in the past. Fantastic. Now he's more or less in like that murky, fucked up area of teenage dating, and I would say that he's definitely going down the right path, which is hold her ass to account. Like, y'all had a good thing, she fucked it up. Don't simp. That's like my number one thing. Like don't simp or tolerate like bullshit behavior from the person that you're willing to give your heart to, because he was willing. Because in the very first episode, I thought it was fucked up that he had like this big welcome back plan and stuff that like he wanted to like take her out and go do, and then they went to go and do it, and then she just kind of like pieced out, and I was like, well, that's kind of fucked up. Which I love the fact that Jonathan made him hip to what was going on, and like I love the dynamic between the boys. The dynamic between the boys is so goddamn good, because like Jonathan always has Jordan's back. So when he heard that Jordan did all this shit and she was basically like, no, like Jonathan was like, are you sure? Because that kind of sounds like bullshit. And I love the fact that like he didn't let that eat at him. Like you could tell that it was bothering him, because of course he's a teenager. Like he's still trying to figure out his own headspace, even though he's made great strides to essentially be the man that he is today. But, well, I wouldn't say the man he is today, but the character that he is in season 2 in comparison to the character that he was in season 1. But don't simp. Don't settle. Like, don't sit there and tolerate bullshit. All right, Jordan? Like, look. there are way more fishes out there in the sea, and you will be okay. It's gonna be all right. Man, I fucking love this show. Like, the character development in this show for all the characters is super dope as hell. And I definitely want to talk about Talrow and Clark and their character development, because I really feel as though their development is also really, really great. And it's the opposite of the boys' relationship. So I feel as though that can only go up. But yeah. You think Sarah fucked up? I think she fucked up. Jordan is a great catch, and she let him go, and my man about to go out and find somebody else, unless she basically pulls like the greatest apology tour anyone has ever seen in the Arrowverse. But that's the end of the video. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.